Hello there good people, Daniel here. Might and Magic 6 is one of my favorite nostalgic games ever. Also, I think these games are my favorite genre as well. RPGs where you can create or control not only one but several characters. I really like to fuck around with the mechanics of these games and min-max it as much as I can. So here I am showing you my latest party with which I have finished Might and Magic 6. The keyword to it is magic. I found out that in Might and Magic 6 the magic part is much more stronger than the might part. Mainly I think it's because there is no arms master skill where the grandmaster level doubles all output damage you do with weapons. And the relics and artifacts that give you like plus 100 might doesn't do much when you have 150 and you get 250 from it. It does much more in early game where you start from 20 and you can immediately get 20 in every one of your attributes from an endgame obelisk. However, if 2-4 mages can cast Meteor Shower, that is a devastating damage for an entire group of mid-game level Minotaurs. Or if everyone casts Dark Magic, Dragon Breath or Sharp Metal, that is an instant win against a group of Jinns in the Tomb of Warn. After that you would get the blasters from the Supercomputer Oracle, cast Haste and you attack button your way to the end scene. So this group consists of 1 cleric and 3 sorcerers. The cleric is for healing of course, since I still needed that, however I can imagine that you wouldn't even need healing. Just AoE damage sorcerers in the entire game. So in these games I love to collect spells, so I had the cleric learn all the cleric spells to max, but I mostly used body magic and power cure on spell. So for all my cleric mostly stayed the healer for the band, and that is good because in Might and Magic 6 I didn't found that enemy AI would mostly attack my cleric first. Not unlike in Might and Magic 7 or 8. After that she was the maniac shooter, as with Haste she didn't even put down his finger from the trigger ever again. For the sorcerers I divided the spells between them 2 by 2 elementals. Do not fucking do that. I realized that later that some of the endgame dragons are immune to both light and air magic, so one of my sorcerer was completely useless against them. And I had to auto-attack with her, and as I said, later on the game against dragons, this is pretty fucking useless. Mirabelle was an air light magic mage, Depp was a water and dark magic mage, and this guy who I called after my animal spirit, Raccoon, because this character was one of my favorite when I was a child, and we played this game with my brother and my father, and in my father's party, this was me. By the way, I look like nothing like him, so don't ask why. But I do remember I was the sorcerer even back then. Anyway, so dividing the spells like this is pretty fucking useless, don't do that. In my opinion, collect all spells for all of the characters because that's one of the biggest fun in these games. It is challenging because the later spells are pretty expensive and you have to collect a lot of money for them. So this gang was still strong, but yeah, if all of them cost 1 spell against a unit that is only weak against, let's say, fire magic, then that's easy 3 meteor showers outside or 3 inferno inside a dungeon. Give the Divine Intervention spell tome to one of the sorcerers or to the cleric and throw the Dark Containment into the sea. As it is the strongest dark magic, it is also probably the most useless spell in the entire game as well. Since in Might and Magic 6 there isn't any restrictions on who can learn different skills to master levels, it's honestly up to you which miscellaneous skills do you want to give to who. Personally, I give all to Mirabelle, my air light mage, because I could give all the horseshoes to her and that's how I most leveled those skills up. Plus, I gave her the plus luck rings because of disarm traps. For weapons again, it's really up to you. Mace for cleric is pretty fun because it can stun enemy units, which is always fun. Dagger is a really good option for any or more of the sorcerers because of the artifact Modred and other powerful daggers. Staff works, though I think that is the weakest option from all of the weapons. And yeah, that's it. Not that there is any problem with the other classes, I just used sorcerers and the cleric because I wanted to min-max the shit out of magic in the game. A druid would work as well because in case the cleric dies or is sleeping or cursed or afraid and shit, the druid and the cleric could heal each other. But I think that is only good if you really want to be careful, because honestly, giving up dark magic, sharp metal and dragon breath seems like too big of a sacrifice in my opinion. So thank you for watching and I see you guys next video.